Kalimera! Hello, fellow travelers. Today, we're diving into the essentials of your unforgettable journey to Greece. But before we begin, let me share a little about what drives my passion for exploring this incredible country. As a Greek American, my roots are deeply intertwined with the vibrant culture and rich history of Greece. My father embarked on a life-changing journey from the picturesque town of Naupaktos, Greece, to the United States in 1945 when he was 12 years old. He, his sister, and his parents carried with them the spirit and traditions of their homeland. Similarly, my maternal grandparents ventured to America from the stunning Peloponnese in the 1920s, instilling me in a profound love for this mesmerizing country. So join me as we embark on this exploration together, blending practical advice with the personal touch that comes from generations of Greek heritage. Welcome to Beyond the Empty Nest. I'm Kathryn Brooks. Today, let's delve into the art of packing in preparation for your Greek Odyssey. This is a series of videos that I will be releasing over time, but today we're going to start with packing and preparations because believe me, you will have a lot of questions about packing. So let me help you take the edge of the stress off. You need to pack smartly and efficiently for a trip to Greece. The landscapes are very diverse. It depends on where you're going to go. Weather conditions in different regions are very different. You can go to sunny beaches or cool mountainous areas and cold in the winter. So all this will influence what to pack. Most people travel to Greece from May through September. Many of the restaurants and hotels and boutiques shut down during the other months. And many of the people that have businesses on the islands also live in Athens or on the mainland during the rest of the year. So if you want to go to Greece when you can see as much of it as possible and everything is open, I suggest May to September. Although my preference is early September or late May. Based on where you're going and what you're doing and the season of travel, you want to include lightweight and breathable clothes for summers and layers for cooler evenings or visits to the mountains. Many of the islands have little mountainous towns that are quite cool compared to going down to the beach level. So layers, layers, layers. Footwear advice, consider the terrain, what you plan to do. Are you going to hike? Are you going to just beach? Are you going to do a lot of walking? But my advice to you is to plan on doing a lot of walking, no matter what your plan is, because most of the little villages and towns are all about strolling the streets and walking around. I do recommend comfortable walking shoes for sightseeing and sandals for beach days. I'm going to show you a couple of my choices right here that I pick, and their links are in the show notes below. Purchase these on Amazon or elsewhere. It took me a lot of trial and error to find the right shoes. Believe me, I bought shoes that are in my closet that I've never worn, trying to figure this whole thing out for these travels. So Havanias are my favorite for beach shoes. For just flip-flops where you can go down to the beach. They're lightweight, they're easy to pack, they come in all kinds of different colors, and they are the only flip-flops I've ever had in my life that don't make me have a sore between my toes when they're brand new. The quality is stellar, it's amazing, I love them. They are the most comfortable beach flip-flop shoes that I could ever recommend, and I love how many styles they come in. Next, you have to have water shoes and get the good kind with the tread on the bottom. The first time I went to Greece, I got the little slip-on ones with no tread on the bottom, and I almost killed myself when I slipped on a rock in the river in Parga. So this time, when I went the last couple times, I got these, and they're great too because they look like a tennis shoe, so you can wear them walking around, but they're great for the water. A lot of the beaches are very rocky, and some are sandy. When you go out on a boat for the day, they make you take your shoes off anyways. But as far as like needing water shoes, if you're going in any of the rivers, the streams, the beaches, you just don't know. Some of them are extremely rocky, and some of them you have to climb down a little bit too. So having water shoes with a little bit of a tread helps a lot. These I recommend. I love these. I have the red ones. Another amazing shoe that I bought these Keens, and they are not cheap. They're $69 right now, but they are lightweight. You can also wear them into the water, but I like them when we're doing a lot of walking for the day. I've been wearing them, and they come in all kinds of cool little colors. I definitely recommend them a lot. I got the gray ones, but they come in so many different colors and sizes. So you won't be disappointed if you get these Keens. They will last you forever, and they are great for hiking. I use them now when we go hiking locally, just to wear them, out in the summer heat, because they're airy and they're not like hiking boots when you're going like on a walk, hike in the desert or wherever. For my trip to Greece, I love these, and I recommend them for you as well. These are the ones I bought the wrong ones the first time. See how they have no tread on the bottom? I almost killed myself. That's a whole new story for another day. But I slipped on a rock in the river and I fell, and the water was shallow, but the current was strong, and I broke my finger and I hit my tailbone. And don't get these. Let's just not if you're going to go in walk on slippery rock areas, because they don't work. It's like wearing a pair of socks. If you plan to see any of the churches, monasteries, that kind of thing, please keep in mind that you want to have some respectful attire for visiting the religious sites or cultural events. Modest clothing, just covering the shoulders and knees, does still show a sign of respect when you're in the country and you are touring these religious conservative spaces. After coming back from Greece this year, I was probably as tan as I've ever been. And I wore sunscreen every single day. But I will tell you, probably 100% of your daytime hours are going to be outside. We rarely spent time in our rooms unless it was to take a shower or change. So make sure that you have the proper sunscreen. I will put it in the link below, but they like you to have the reef-friendly sunscreen that does not destroy the reefs. It's referred to as reef-friendly. Hats, cover up your head with a hat, and then bring a water bottle that you can reuse. There are different places in the islands and around where you can get some filtered water off of these spouts that you can find along the way. You do not want to drink tap water on the islands, so make sure you bring a bottle so you can get the filtered water and put it in your own little carry bottle, or buy the bottled water in the stores while you're there. My personal recommendation is I don't like to buy water with minerals in it. Everybody's a little bit different, but for me, if there's minerals in them, they can cause my stomach to be a little upset. I just like pure water, so that's something you might want to consider when you're deciding what water bottles to buy. Also, do not forget your portable chargers. So being from the United States, I did realize that I needed to buy these plug adapters to use in Greece because the outlets are completely different, and you need to plug these outlets in so that you can actually use your American appliances that you bring, maybe your hairdryer, your curling iron, your chargers, all of that kind of stuff as well. Also, there are things you will not be able to purchase in Greece, so be mindful of that. You cannot buy Benadryl there without a prescription. So if you get bug bites, mosquito bites, there are mosquitoes in Greece, you may want to just bring some Benadryl, over-the-counter Benadryl, with you from the US if you think that you may need have some allergic response to bug bites or whatever that you may need an antihistamine for. Eye drops are another thing that we found that we couldn't buy in Greece, and the pharmacies were closed on Sundays, and we wanted some eye drops. Bring those with you as well, and always carry your own prescriptions. With the prescription bottle, most of the time is wise for emergency purposes, so if anything happens to you, people can understand in medical professionals can understand what medicine you're taking for what. This stuff happens on airplanes often where they ask for a medical professional to come help. And the times that I have been called, the people have their medicine in the medi planners in the little boxes and they're not labeled. And I have no idea what they're taking, why. And a lot of people don't know what pill does what and what it's for. It amazes me, but advice to you, bring your medicine in the labeled bottles from your pharmacy. And of course, on the airplane, it's very drying. Airplanes are very dry. They dry your skin, they dry your eyes, they bloat you when you get on the plane or when you're going on the plane is to avoid bubbles. Avoid drinking carbonated beverages or Prosecco, champagne, anything with bubbles in it when you fly, because that does cause gastrointestinal upset with the pressurization of the plane. And you will be very gassy and very uncomfortable during the flight if you drink a lot of bubbles. I personally love a glass of Prosecco, but I won't drink it on a plane because I know that my belly is not going to be happy about it. And it's very different from being down here on the ground. But the pressurization on the airplane does do that to you. Also, I was a former flight attendant, so a little inside tips on that as well. So as I was saying, on the airplane, have your chapstick near you, whatever you use on your lips, your Aquaphor, your chapstick, stuff for to moisturize, hand lotion. And again, drink lots of water when you're on the plane. Do not expect to get all the water that you need for a 10 to 12 hour flight from the flight attendant. Bring your empty water can with you, fill it up when you get on the other side of security, and take it with you on the plane. Then you can fill it up on the plane, but at least you're starting off with a full bottle of water. Also, compression socks. Wear compression socks. Here is a link of the compression socks that I recommend that I bought. They just look like regular socks, but they are so much better for you, and you will not walk up the plane with your feet swollen. Remember, you're sitting for a long time, which makes you more prone to blood clots, which can cause pulmonary embolisms. So think about that. Think about that venous return. You need your feet to have the compression socks while you're on these long flights to getting there and home. Now, back to the packing. To efficiently pack, there's two schools of thought. Some people like to roll their items. Other people lay flat. Some people like packing cubes. Other people do not. I am a packing cube person. I feel way more organized when I use my packing cubes because I put all my underwear in one, all my t-shirts in another, shorts in the other, and so on and so forth. And so I know right where everything is when I'm looking to change to an outfit the next day. I wake up, I'm like, oh, pull my pair of underwear out of that one, pull my shorts out of that one, pull a t-shirt, yada, yada, out of each packing cube. And it makes it better for you so you're not so digging and messing up your suitcase and reorganizing it all the time. And pack light. I have overpacked every single time that I have gone, and you want to leave room for souvenirs. Now, the last 2 times I've gone, I did check a bag. A lot of people say, oh, just bring a carry-on only. Personally, I cannot pack that light, but I do have Apple AirTags on in my luggage, so I can track my luggage and make sure. I don't know what I would do if it didn't make the plane, but at least I'd be aware. I do the Apple AirTags and I put them in my luggage so I know where my luggage is at all times. When I'm changing planes and stuff, you can do the Find My on your app. There are others. I'm an Apple person, but there are other trackers like that you can get. And you're going to want to bring things home. First of all, there is amazing things to buy in Greece. I bought a new suitcase coming home the first 2 times I went. The last time I went, I brought my carry-on and I brought my check bag. I left a lot of room in the check bag, so I had room to bring home souvenirs and stuff. But there will be a lot of things that you would like to buy in Greece. The real sponge loofahs, we love them. Buy them in Athens. If you're going to Athens, you will see them on the street, the vendors on the street, the boutiques. We love to buy jewelry in Greece, and I highly recommend Steve Demos at Demos Jewelers in Athens. They will give you incredible, now they're not cheap jewelry. It's fine jewelry. But the customer service, Steve has been making jewelry for family members of mine, and I didn't even realize it, for years. So he will do custom pieces. I bought a beautiful ring, necklace, bracelet, and earrings when I was there this last trip, all with the Greek key design. Also, when you're there shopping, I recommend getting things like olive oil and spices. There is nothing better than the olive oil that comes from Greece. It tastes so much better than our olive oil here. So one thing that you may want to remember to leave room for is bringing back olive oil and some spices and the loofahs, and of course your souvenirs for people. Greece has so much ancient history. When we went to the National Archaeology Museum this last trip, you see the vases, the Greek vases and everything, and how old they were. They sell a lot of replicas of those in Greece, and I like to buy them to put on my shelves in my house. Buy things in Greece that you can't get other places. Now, I collect the little tile coasters from everywhere I go, but that's just something that I enjoy collecting. And find something that you enjoy collecting. Do you enjoy collecting magnets or coffee cups? Of course, buy those when you go. But I do enjoy buying the little tiles everywhere I go. Just they look like a tile, but they may say like Santorini on them or a picture of Greece. Or I buy them. Wineries often have them in the U.S. I buy them everywhere I go. I bought one that said Skyline Chili because my family's from Cincinnati and we love the Skyline Chili. And that wasn't in Greece. I just, got off topic there for a second. But my point is, keep some room to buy what you want to buy in Greece because you will enjoy shopping and finding things. And of course, some of the designs in the clothing and the dresses are specifically Greece. So thoughtful packing will ensure your comfort and your preparedness when you're traveling in Greece. And I would love to know if you have any travel tips. Have you been to Greece or any other place that's a faraway land that you have some tips that would help all the rest of us? If you do, please leave those in the comments below. That would be much appreciated as well. And from there, I will say goodbye for now. This is Kathryn from Beyond the Empty Nest. Stay safe, stay well, and get packing. I'll be back soon. And remember, my friends, life